Claude can write code, but sometimes I wanted to explore logs to see why a service is failing, or sometimes I wanted to challenge my design decisions like a senior software developer. Instead of giving instructions about how to do a certain task, every time that I'm interacting with Claude, I can package them in a skill file and then Claude can reuse it. Hey everyone, Nariman here, welcome to my channel. Today we want to discuss skill files. Skills allow Claude to extend its knowledge about your workflows, your team, your domain, or something about your project. First, let's see where should we put it and how we can create one. So if you already installed Claude, you know that there is a certain Claude folder in the home directory. So if I go ahead and list everything that is in there, you can see that there are certain like backups, cache folder, even Claude.md that we briefly discussed in our previous video. But most importantly, you can have a skills folder here where you can put your skills files. So in your skills folder, you need to create different subfolders, like how I did here. And each subfolder represents a certain skill. Each of these subfolders also should contain a certain markdown file, which is called skill.md. And this is where you put your instructions, how you want to guide Claude to do a certain task. So let's create one as an example. I'm going to create a markdown file inside our summarize changes folder with the touch command. And now I'm going to edit it using Vim to put the instructions. Let me just copy and paste the whole file here. So as you can see, every Claude skill has two parts. The first part, which is between these dashes, should have a YAML format, and it's basically just describing what this skill is doing, so Claude knows when it should load this specific skill. So this one is very simple. It's just summarizing uncommitted changes so you know what you are committing. And then after this YAML part, you are just basically describing all the instructions in the markdown format. So I'm here introducing like just a git diff command to Claude and saying that if you run this command, then you have all the changes and then you need to just summarize it for me. So very simple. After editing your skill file, you can just save it. And now we can go to a project. Let's just select one. And let's just run Claude here. Now I'm going to ask, summarize my changes. And you can see that Claude automatically figured out that it needs this certain skill. So it just went ahead and loaded it. And then it correctly said, there are no uncommitted changes in your working directory. So Claude can automatically figure out it needs a certain skill and then just load it on demand, yeah? But the other thing that you need to know is that you are also able to reference a certain skill and just call it yourself. If I type / here, you can see that a couple of skills are listed here and mine is on top. So I'm going to choose summarize changes. And then again, the same response. So now that we successfully created one and we are even able to use it inside Claude, let's discuss what should be in a skill file and what shouldn't be in a skill file. One good rule of thumb here is if Claude needs that information all the time, it shouldn't be in a skill. It should probably sit on your Claude.md file. So everything that is general, like coding style, some specific guidelines that your team uses, or something that is specific to a certain project, but Claude needs it in every conversation, it shouldn't be a skill. A skill should be about extending Claude's knowledge about specific tasks or workflows. One good example that I told you before is being able to access logs and how to interpret them. So let's say you have a certain service and then you are also using some log aggregation. And then when your system is failing and you want to quickly find out what is happening, LLMs are very good in reading lots of text and just summarize it for you. Yeah, so it's a very good candidate for using LLMs and using Claude skills. So Claude doesn't know where your logs are, how to access them, and you can just add some instructions. If your log aggregation tool has certain CLI, how to use it. If it has certain REST API, how to use it. And then even how to interpret them, like some instructions about that. These are great candidates for skills. Or let's say some skill that you are giving it some instructions about what a good design is. And then when you are coming up with your own design docs, you can have this skill and then give it this doc, and it will give you feedback on how good it is. What are the areas to improve? Or certain workflows. For example, how to create GitHub issues is a good candidate to create a skill file for, because it's about what information do you need to create an issue, what is the problem, what we want to achieve, what is the definition of done, and then how to connect to GitHub, how to use GitHub CLI or API to create an issue, what should be the tags, what should be the milestone, you know? So yeah, these are very good examples. Okay, let me just close this one and clear it. One last thing that I want to mention to you is you can use Claude to write its own skills. You don't have to write all of these instructions yourself. I'm gonna go back to my skills folder, and then I can run Claude here, and then I'm gonna ask write a skill for Claude Code on how to fix a certain GitHub issue. It should take a link or ID to an issue from user, read it, and implement it. Then Claude can help you to write its own skills. So it's having a look on other skills. Okay, I already had one which is called fix issues. It found it, and then now it's trying to rewrite it for me. And then I'm gonna, for example, if you are actually writing in a skill, you are gonna go back and forth and guide it more, but it already created one for me which has all the instructions. It's like how to read the issue. You see, it's very detailed. How to read the issue, and then how to plan it, how to create a branch, how to implement the fix, and then eventually how to commit it and create a PR, even like some kind of PR template here. And then it's gonna return the PR URL to the user. So this is a very useful tip. It works very good for me. I'm usually not writing skill files by typing like very long sentences. I'm just gonna kickstart Claude and then just describing what I want, and then Claude is pretty good in writing its own skills. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let's keep it short. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like it, share it with your friends, and also subscribe me for more content like this. Yeah, see you around.